Hey, so I just posted about making bone broth. It's something that I've been doing probably for like the last, I don't know, 6 to 8 months. And I thought I would just share like in a quick thing of why I started making bone broth and some of the benefits in a nutshell, just in case anybody's interested. And then if anybody wants any more information on it, please reach out to me and let me know. I've been on uh, I don't even want to call it journey, but I guess it's been a journey to figure out my health. Basically, in a nutshell, I went to multiple doctors, constantly getting tests done, spent a ton of money trying to figure out what's going on with me. Um, really, all to find out that nobody has answers for me. So I started doing my own research. Basically, my symptoms have been extreme fatigue, swelling, can't lose weight, just an overall feeling of just feeling really blah, um, body pains, aches. I started going to the gym probably consistently about, maybe 2 years ago. And I was just always feeling super defeated because I was putting in the work and I was not seeing a whole lot of benefits. I was seeing some, but I wasn't seeing as much as I thought that I should be seeing. And I was like, something is not right. Like, just something is not right, And it was super frustrating. And so anyway, that's when I went to the doctors and nobody could tell me anything. I did find out I have fibromyalgia. I do have endometriosis, which if you know anything about that, it can be very painful. But I have a lot of bladder issues, and I have interstitial cystitis. I have overactive bladder. I have a ton of things that could be contributing. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4. So the reasons for the way I felt were just being excused and pushed on those things. And I thought, man, I have a choice. Like, this cannot be, I'm 33. This cannot be the rest of my life. Like, I refuse to let it go downhill from there. I'm putting in too much work at the gym. I'm putting in too much effort to feel this awful. And so I started doing a lot of research, and I started doing a lot of research on gut health. And oh my goodness, I honestly have pretty much self-diagnosed myself with leaky gut, because I think all of us to an extent truly have leaky gut. And it's something that is just, I feel like it's starting to be talked about more, or maybe it's just in the circle of people that I'm in that we talk about it more. But it's a real thing. And it is like, your gut is like your second brain. Like, if your gut is not okay, a lot of things are not going to be okay. I even went as far to get my hormones tested, and of course everything came back fine, and it's just very frustrating when you don't want something to be seriously wrong with you, but you just want some answers. So I did some research, and honestly, bone broth kept coming up. And what I realized was that my body, even if I was trying to eat clean and healthy, my body was not actually absorbing the nutrients. So I was eating things that I didn't necessarily love, and not even reaping the benefits. How frustrating is that? It was really frustrating. So I found out I was allergic to some things that I have never been allergic to before. That was another one of my major symptoms. So I got rid of those, or I swapped to an organic version of them, because another thing that with leaky gut they're finding out is that a lot of times people end up with a leaky gut because they will actually be taking in a lot of the things that are sprayed and chemically put on our foods. And so our bodies cannot detoxify that. They were not meant to detoxify that. And so it's basically like there's a lot of backup happening. And so anyway, bone broth is it's one of the ways to add into your lifestyle. Because to me, this is all about a lifestyle. We get toxins from even the air that we breathe. We get toxins from the things that we put on our body. We get toxins from the foods that we eat. We get toxins from here, there, and everywhere nowadays, and I honestly don't believe that it is possible to be completely toxin free, because like I said, there's toxins in the air that we can't control. But our best bet is to help our bodies out to be able to process those toxins and get them out of our systems, instead of allowing them to just exist in our bodies and make us sick. So bone broth is one of the probably one of the top ways I would say that I have used to help myself start detoxing from just years and years and years of just backup, basically. And so in a nutshell, and I can totally go over this more with whoever wants to hear, or maybe even make a video in the future, so I'm just going to list some benefits of bone broth. So I wrote them down because I need a little bit of help remembering everything. Focus has been also one of my things that I've just really struggled with. And I know a lot of moms talk about that. And a lot of moms laugh it off as, oh, we got mom brain and it's a real thing. And I do think having children sometimes makes you feel very lost at points, and you can't focus on things. There's a lot happening at one time. But there is a deeper reason of why that is happening, and I think a lot of us moms are brushing off some very, very, very important symptoms that need to be addressed. So anyway, the benefits of bone broth: digestion and gut health, cleaning out your gut, and a lot of this happens when we make bone broth. It pulls the collagens out of the bones. There's so many good nutrients packed in there, and what the key to it is your body does not have to break it down. Your body is only there to absorb it, so you're getting the full benefit of the nutrients. Your body does not have to do the work. It's about letting your gut rest. It helps joint pain. I said it brings out the collagen and like glucosamines and all of that, so it's really, really good for joint pain and even just like recovery. It's really good. I think it's very marketed heavily right now, collagen, it's really great for your hair and your nails and your skin, and that is true. And bone broth is one of the top ways to get that collagen in you. And a lot of people, they grab a supplement, which supplements are great. I totally take them. But bone broth is a way that you can do it, that I think is so important to add in along with those supplements. Because, right, like supplements are insurance for the things that we're not getting. But bone broth is the things that we should be getting, and then we can supplement after that, if that makes sense. It's a way to detox. I was talking about that too. When your body gets the nutrients that it's supposed to get, it can let go of the things that it doesn't need. It provides a way for your gut lining to heal so that things can be pushed out of it the way it's supposed to be. Our bodies are incredible. They actually can push out so much more and do so many things that heal more than we think. But the problem of it all is that what happens is our bodies get so backed up. It's like a pipe. A pipe can get things out of it to a degree, but eventually if it gets backed up, it's gonna need cleaned out. It's gonna need fixed. And so that's the same with our guts. Because of the detox that happens, a lot of people will experience weight loss when they add bone broth into their routines. I did. I actually have not had anything work but bone broth to get some weight off, and I'm very much still in this journey, if you will. So I've got a very far way to go, and consistency is key. And with bone broth, like, that's why I think supplements are important, because the reality of it is, as much as I would like to make bone broth every day and have some constantly on hand, that doesn't always happen. And so, you know, supplements are good for filling in those gaps. But that was the only thing, was that it was keeping so much water weight on me and everything, because my body, even though I was feeding it healthier, was not getting the nutrients. And it's like putting fuel in a car. If your car doesn't have the right kind of fuel, it doesn't matter if that tank is full. It will not drive right if it's full of the wrong thing. So it's the same with our bodies. And then when you have a healthy gut, I said before, like, it's your second brain. You have a healthier immune system. When things are functioning and flowing properly, that's when healing, your body can actually heal itself from other things, outside things. It's like taking care of, what's inside so that it can fight out all the outside things that it's not supposed to have. But if your insides aren't good, you can't expect not to catch everything under the sun, because you're going to, because you are not able to fight off your soldiers inside your body are not equipped with the right things, if that makes sense. So then because of that, you're going to get more energy. Energy is something that I always struggle with. I'm a mom at 4. I totally, there's just days or nights when I just don't sleep. I don't sleep. I get woken up still sometimes at night. Like, energy, I feel like this is another one that moms especially, we look over as well. I have kids, and maybe even dads too. Like, dads are out there, they're working hard, they're doing all of the things. The moms are working hard, doing all the things, and we get caught up in the season of when our kids are little, and we think, oh, lack of energy. We make jokes about it, right? Because that's how we get through. And I do think there is truth to that, but there is also, there needs to be focus. And we need to remember that we were made to do these things. God made us to do these things, and he's going to equip us with the things that we need. And so I recognize that the energy thing for me was a huge deal. It really prevented me from getting a lot of things done. My attitude was terrible. I just, like, I had all these things I wanted to do, and my kids wanted to do, and I wanted to do with them. And energy just became this massive thing for me that would constantly get in the way. And I can always tell if I'm dipping down in energy nowadays. I know that I've got to work on my gut, because that's where it's at. And so energy, recovery, like I said, I've been going to the gym. I lift weights. And if I am not fueling my body properly, and I'm not just talking about with just the foods that you chew and you eat, I'm talking about if my gut is not healthy, if things are not flowing and going the way that they're supposed to be, I will be more sore after my workouts. I will not recover as quickly. I will struggle through workouts. I will not have the energy that I need to push through them. I will not have the energy to come home and then homeschool my kids, and to have the energy for them and all the things that we want to do for our little farm here and all the things. I won't have the energy for that. And so bone broth is a really great way to up that energy. And again, it's all about healing the gut. It can also help with inflammation. So I think I talked to you about inflammation a little bit earlier. So inflammation is so huge. My hands will constantly swell. My whole body really will swell. I would get the bloat in my tummy, and a lot of times, like with endometriosis, people call that an endo belly, for those of you that know anything about endometriosis. And so a lot of times it would get shoved on. It was the endo belly. I found out I was allergic to wheat, although I can eat organic wheat. Wheat, just regular wheat, was an issue for me, so it was called then a wheat belly. And all of that to say that it really just was a imbalance of bacteria in my gut, and my gut was literally leaking, and so it could not balance the good and bad bacterias, and because of that, my stomach would blow up. And it still will. If I don't take care of my gut, it's still, the fact remains, that's gonna happen. It's also good for anti-aging. We already talked about the hair, nails, and skin. So you're basically working on your aging process on a cellular level, if that makes sense. And again, it comes back to, if your gut is not healthy and it's not functioning properly, it is not going to be able to do the things that God created it to do right. So that is another one of the benefits when you take notice of those things and you work on those things. That right there in a nutshell, again, is the key. It is your gut. It helps your mood and your focus. I already talked to you about focus. That I was diagnosed with ADD. And at first it was like, ugh, that is such a blow. But then I'm just realizing that it doesn't mean the end of all things. Sure, it is hard for me to focus sometimes, but I notice that when I take care of my gut, there again, it really just totally helps with those symptoms. It helps me stay focused when we're in school and my kids are asking me 50,000 questions and I feel like a human ping pong ball trying to teach all of them and help all of them. That can get overwhelming and my focus seems to go pretty fast. But if I'm taking care of my gut, if I'm taking care of my kids' gut, they are so much more focused on school and what they're doing, and there's a difference in the way that they thrive on an everyday basis in the things that they have to do and then the things that they want to do. They are much, much, much happier and much, much more energetic. Better moods for my kids even. Like, it's insane how much the gut really does control. And so mood and focus for sure, it completely helps with that. And the other thing would be your teeth and your bones, the way that those grow and develop, which I think is super important for our kids who are in the process of growing and developing, and then for us, just like sustaining that health in our teeth and our bones. So anyway, that is kind of a short, not so short, that's like 20 minutes almost. But there's just so much good, and I literally could talk about this all day. There's so much good info on, honestly, gut health. I'm extremely passionate about it, honestly. Anybody that knows me knows that I literally study this stuff all the time because it has been such a game changer for me. And bone broth is just one of the very many ways that I try to help maintain a good gut balance and a good and just an overall just way of living. So I'm gonna probably start sharing a little bit more about all of that, just because I have had so many people come up and ask me, like, what are you doing? You know, you look like you've lost some weight, or, you know, just like, and I literally, I could say it's the gym. I could say it's really not. Like, the gym makes me feel good mentally. It is so much more mental than it is anything else. The gym is just one of those things that's a good add-on. But if for so many years was not just dealing with the core issue, and the core issue was honestly my gut. It was affecting my hormones, it was affecting my mood, my focus, it was affecting literally every single thing I went in the doctor for. I cannot say enough good things about bone broth and gut health, and like I said, I will share some more of the things probably in the future of what I do to kind of help maintain all of that and to keep my body detoxed and flowing properly, because it really is just so important. And also, if anyone's interested, what I kind of do, like, for my kids too. And again, I am all about the supplements too, because let's just be for real. You're either going to spend all of your time in the kitchen doing this stuff all the time, which I'm not saying is not a great thing. I think it's an amazing thing, and I love, actually, my kids love being in the kitchen with me, and they love, I mean, my daughter, if I would let her cook pretty much every meal, she probably would. She's very into cooking in the kitchen thing, which is incredible. I love that about her. But there's other things that we want to do. There's other things that we're trying to get done. We have so many projects here. And so the reality of being in the kitchen all the time for me is just not where I'm at in life. It's just not the season. And thank God there's other supplements and options out there. So I'm so super thankful for that. But this is just a really good way to even maybe make bone broth in bulk and have some, stick it in the freezer. And I will say too, like anytime we've gotten sick, bone broth is our go-to. It is our go-to, like medicine before anything else. And you can make it so many different ways. Like you can make it as a base and then add it into like soups. You can cook your meats in it. Huh? Okay. Okay, I'll be there in just a minute, okay? Okay, babe. I'll be there in just a minute. Anyway, the kids are calling, so I will go, but thanks for listening if you've stuck in here this far. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me because I would love to chat about this. I could literally chat about it forever. So anyway, let me know. All right, everybody have a good day. Bye.